there's a couple of things I've learned while being out here in California, pretty close to LA. And I think it's important that I share these with you. Anyone watching this specifically for paintball, go ahead and skip this one, okay? I've realized that there are no stars out in Southern California, at least not in this area. You look up in the night sky and it's either cloudy or it's too bright to see stars or anything like that, and that's not disconcerting, but it's a little different. Another thing is that it doesn't rain. Like in Florida, what'll happen is every day at like 2:30 it'll rain for about a half hour, and it seems like as soon as I got out here it was raining back there like every day for hours and hours and hours, ridiculous amounts of time. So I was out here in perpetual, drought conditions. All the hills look dead at this point. But everybody was getting rain back home, and so I missed it, to be honest. And there were a couple of days where I'd walk outside and it'd be wet. So obviously it rained, but apparently it isn't allowed to rain when I'm going to enjoy it. There are hills out here, and I can't explain to you the difference between, like, Florida hills and California hills. Florida is very flat. The highest point in Florida is where something called Bok Tower is built, and you can be driving around in that area and you look over. Like, you don't look up, you just look kind of over, and there it is. Here, there are literally like hills and valleys, and it's actually really cool. I can't tell you how excited I get a lot of evenings when we're out and about and I get to see, like, the hills lit up with houses and stuff, and I'm like, it's pretty. Oh, I got to go to E3, which was amazing. If you don't know what E3 is, Google it, then we can be friends again. It was 3 days of a lot of walking, a lot of standing in line, and a lot of really awesome video games. I am so excited. There's a new Halo 3 expansion thingy, ODST, coming out. I stood in line for that for an hour and a half to play for 10 minutes. At the end of the 10 minutes, I thought it was worth it. If that tells you anything. Bioshock 2 wasn't there because it's one of my favorite games of all time. I recently played through it again. It was amazing. It was a lot of walking, but it was a lot of fun. And it was so funny because you'd see, like, there was a wide variety of people there. You would see, in the Starbucks line, which was longer than most of the game lines, mind you, you would see, some business executives, women in, like, high heels, suits, all of that. And the next to them would be a cosplayer, like, dressed up like a Final Fantasy character, which, super amusing. Only place it could happen. There really were a lot of games, and apparently E3 used to be phenomenal, and then it stopped being awesome, and now it's starting to get to be awesome again. It doesn't matter, it was my first E3, and I loved it so much. Other than that, it's just been a lot of work out here. In July, there is the West Coast Castle Conquest thing, and, sorry, I'm reading instant messages. Castle Conquest is kind of like the thing I start saying in my sleep, that and sales stuff. So I'm obviously having a lot of fun. Anyway, I hope anyone who was paying attention to this enjoyed it at least a little bit. And I'm gonna go drink my Diet Dr. Pepper, because that's apparently all of us in California drink anymore. And if I've learned one thing, is that California oranges are extremely disappointing. I have a picture of one I got at E3, and I was so excited. I've done this previously before. And took all the time to unwrap it, started eating it, and it was orange flavored water. Orange flavored water? Oh well. I actually have some stuff to get done, so I will talk to everybody later.